And we're going. Today it's Adnan Hour. All viewers, welcome back to the Adnan Hour. As usual, every Thursday, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Cheats in a romantic relationship, or let's say how to deal with cheating in a romantic relationship. Hmm. See, what is cheating? First of all, let's define it. Cheating. You see, cheating is like, you're in a relationship, but you don't tell your partner that you're also in another relationship along with the relationship. You're hiding it from your partner. Like you're showing you're in a good relationship with your partner, but while behind your partner's back, you are having a sex with somebody else. But mind you, see, cheating. Men and women, they cheat differently. It's for different reasons. So for men, it's more of a physical reason because when he wants sex, his wife or girlfriend, for whatever reason, can't give it to him. So his testosterone starts building up. And what he does is he needs an outlet to let it out. So he has to find someone else to satisfy his sexual urge. Now, in the case of a woman, it's more than just physical, it's more of an emotional. Like she's not getting any cooperation from her partner, physical or emotional. And then what she does is she seeks it somewhere else. Now, women, what they can do is they do what's known as emotional cheating. And in the Western societies, because men do cheating in a physical way, women do it in an emotional way. They can easily say, hey, I didn't have any physical relationship with that guy, so how can I be cheating? Because you see, women try to define it in the male pattern, in the male perspective, sorry. So it's emotional. Like before she is physically cheating on you, she's emotionally cheating on you. How? She's flirting with some other guy, or she is sending signals of attraction via her body language. Attraction, it's something you can't fake unless you're an actress, theater, television, or theater, television, or cinema, whatever the case may be, or unless you work for government agency, like the NSI or DGFI, where acting, it's part of deception. So unless these two situations, you cannot fake attraction. So she'll be emotionally cheating by sending attraction signals to someone she finds attractive. So having said that, let's have a read here. How to cope with being cheated on. Being cheated on sucks. It's simple. It is as simple as that. But the feelings that come with it are hardly ever simple. You feel betrayed, angry, embarrassed, and completely heartbroken. It can make you question everything about yourself, your relationship, and your life. But we're here to tell you that it's going to be okay. Not immediately, but definitely soon. If you found yourself in this situation, I'm going to say the tips, okay? Follow me. Remember, you're not to blame. No matter what's gone down, it's never your fault that someone cheated on you. People can do hurtful things for a whole bunch of reasons. And maybe your partner can explain theirs, but those reasons have nothing to do with you. It can be really hard to remember this, but it's super important. So we'll say it again. You are not to blame. Accept that things are going to suck for a while. You've had rubbish things happen. You've had a rubbish thing happen to you. It's going to take time to heal. Breathe and accept that things are going to suck for a while. That this doesn't mean you have to like it or that you agree with it. It just means that you're not going to waste time fighting something you can't change. Instead, focus on mending your heart. Put yourself first. The most important person in this situation is you. So take care of yourself and eat your favorite foods, watch your favorite movies, or indulge in your favorite activities. Try to keep yourself from getting hurt any more than you already are. your heart is probably a bit bruised and it doesn't need to cop any more bad treatment. Try to keep your cool. It's tempting to lose your chops a bit and start firing off angry texts, but take a second to chill before you do anything. It's definitely not worth getting yourself in trouble by messing with anyone. Leave the dramatic public displays of rage for the movies. Instead let off steam at the gym or on a jog or dancing to a killer playlist. Don't make decisions out of fear. There's no right choice when it comes to staying with or leaving someone who's cheated on you. You've got to do what feels right for your heart, but don't let fear make the decision for you. It's not a good idea to stay with someone because you're scared to be single. Again, it's not a good idea to stay with someone because you're scared to be single or to excuse me, leave someone you love because you're afraid they'll hurt you. Again, take as much time as you need to make the choice that feels right for you. Surround yourself with your squad. You need your best gang around you when you're trying to deal with a broken heart. Focus on people who've always had your back and who will listen to the full story and support you in whatever you decide to do next. Take a mini break from socials. It can be tempting to put your FBI skills to the test and uh, troll through social media, but just don't do it. Not only that, give social media a break for a little while. You don't have to prove you're still living your hashtag best life, and all that FOMO isn't what you need right now. Ask for professional help if you need it. Professional psychologists recommend talking to a doctor as an important part of moving on from cheating, whether you do it together with your partner or solo. Getting an expert opinion from someone outside the situation can be a game changer for healing. Don't jump to conclusions. Maybe you glimpsed a text message or you're at the club. If you're getting information secondhand, it's probably not the whole truth. Unfortunately, a lot of us do this. Again, I'll say it again. If you're getting your information secondhand, it's probably not the whole truth. No matter how much you trust the source, gossip has never made any situation better. If you're concerned about something, ask your partner directly before you jump to any conclusions. Having all the right intel will set you up to handle the situation like a boss. Okay, let's see any comments. None. Excuse me, Minhaj Mondal, you can't talk to Bengali. This is English going on here. If you don't like it, you can please leave. Nobody asked you to stay. Didn't you get the information that this is Thursday Adnan Hour is English? There are a number of reasons why a man might survive infidelity. Are willing to make it work. Reflect on how you're feeling. You'll want to take some time to yourself and process your emotions. Notice whether you feel regretful about cheating on your partner. Do you feel ready to be held accountable for your actions? Are you willing to invest the time to heal your relationship? Is cheating on your partner something you feel you'll do it again? Be honest with yourself. Getting in touch with your feelings can inform the emotional work you will need to do if you want to make your relationship work. Okay, before I go on, let me see any more comments, questions, any comments. S Joy, S Joy, কে আপনি? এস জয় কে আপনি মানে আদনান আওয়ারটা আপনি জানেন না 10টা থেকে 11টা প্রতি বৃহস্পতিবার কে আপনি জিজ্ঞেস করতে এসেছেন আর আপনাকে তো কেউ সেধে তো এখানে আসতে বলে নাই। আপনি স্বেচ্ছায় এসেছেন, আপনি স্বেচ্ছায় চলে যেতে পারেন। How to? Mhm. Stop cheating. If you're recommitting to your relationship, it's important that you not continue to cheat. In cases where the infidelity was fleeting, it may be easier to stop and cut ties. When ending an emotional affair, on the other hand, the process may be more difficult. If the person you cheated with is someone you see every day, like a coworker, you'll have to establish boundaries with them. For instance, you may avoid speaking with them about anything that isn't work related, and you don't socialize with them outside of work. The person you cheated might also have feelings for you. If they continue to pursue you, you'll need to make it clear that you can no longer see them. Accept responsibility. No matter your reasons for cheating, you must accept responsibility for your actions and rebuild trust. Avoid putting the blame on your partner or on your relationship problems. Apologize to your partner. Make a decision. You and your partner both want to stay in the relationship. Together, you have a common goal. Make a decision. Communication. If you stay together, your relationship will be different moving forward. But you can build a new relationship. It'll take time. But try to look toward your future together, not the past. If your partner wants to end the relationship, you need to respect their decision. They may also need time and space away from you before they decide, and that's okay. Be honest. You must be honest with yourself and with your partner if you want to move forward. It's likely that you had to lie to your partner to keep your cheating a secret. Now is the time for transparency. Be direct and open in order to help your relationship get to solid ground. Honesty in relationships is associated with lower conflict, but it is important for both partners to agree on being honest and to talk about their expectations. Anything else? Hmm. Okay, keep your promises. If you say you're going to be somewhere, be there. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Be dependable and don't break your promises. It'll be harder to rebuild trust in your relationship if you're not dependable and reliable. It takes time, but it's possible to restore the trust that used to be in your relationship. Before you cheated, take responsibility, apologize sincerely. Being honest and doing what it takes to help your partner trust you again are key to this process. Be open to letting your partner know where you are, who you are with, and so on. Try not to hide things from them anymore. It's normal for your partner to cheat, and work toward rebuilding the trust that you have betrayed. Don't expect your partner to trust you again right away. But with time, you can regain their trust. Communicate. Research has shown that not being able to talk to one another is one of the most commonly cited reasons why marriages fail. Be willing to listen and talk to your partner. If you cheated because your relationship wasn't meeting your needs, tell your partner what those needs are. It's important you both understand each other fully and have a sense of what the other person needs. Give your partner some space. It's okay to take a time out if emotions are running high or one of you is emotionally triggered. Sometimes things need to cool down before you can be around each other or talk about difficult topics. Spend time with your partner. Along with letting your partner have some alone time, you need to have together time. Plan date nights, and when your partner's ready, consider taking a getaway together. Get professional help. In order to move past the cheating, you and your partner need to be open to discussing and identifying issues and problems in your own personal life and in your relationship. You might consider seeing a relationship counselor or marriage counselor to help with that process. Can a relationship go back to normal after cheating? Some studies suggest that couples who experience infidelity and seek professional help often have a optimistic results and are able to repair the relationships. Working together with a therapist and giving the relationship the time, commitment, and effort it takes to make it work will determine if you are able to return to normal after the infidelity. Okay, let me see. No input, no comments, no nothing. Nobody want to give their input in this topic. Anybody? Anybody want to join in? Join. You can join by the link. Be willing to forgive. In addition to being forgiven by your partner, you need to forgive yourself. You should take responsibility for cheating, but you don't need to carry buckets of guilt for the rest of your life. One study looked at how couples rebuild their marriage after an affair. Researchers found that while the process was difficult, forgiveness played a critical role. Why you may have cheated. Here are the reasons. Understanding the reasons you cheated can help you make peace with your own actions as as well as inform the decisions you make about your relationship moving forward. Being unhappy in the relationship, be honest about why you cheated in the first place. Many people cheat because they're unsatisfied with the relationship. Maybe you fell out of love with your partner. It's possible you cheated because you were unhappy and wanted the relationship to end. Or maybe you cheated because you're not as committed to your partner as they're to you. You may decide you don't want to continue the relationship. If you aren't feeling confident about putting in the work to repair the relationship and truly committing to your partner, be honest and tell them. Seeking revenge. Some people cheat because they are seeking revenge for something their partner did to them. For instance, maybe you're angry at them for betraying you. Perhaps your partner cheated in the past or crossed your boundaries. Victims of sexual betrayal often seek revenge in the form of infidelity, sexual desires. By cheating, you might have been fulfilling sexual desires that aren't being met in your relationship. You and your partner can have an open conversation about your sexual needs, especially in a safe setting when you're both comfortable sharing, such as therapy. However, there may be needs your partner can fulfill. If you want to engage in sexual acts that your partner doesn't feel comfortable with, you have to honor their boundaries. Okay, let's see anything. Ashikur Rahman. Oh, Ashikur Rahman Chaudhry. Yeah, Mr. Mufassal Islam. Ashikur Rahman Chaudhry wants to join in the conversation. Would you please send him the link? The StreamYard link, please. Ashikur Rahman Chaudhry, communicate me on the private chat. I'll send it to you. Personality traits. Studies have found that people with certain personality traits may be more likely to cheat on their partners. For instance, people who are more impulsive tend to have a harder time avoiding temptation. If you often engage in impulsive behavior, you might find it hard to use self control in situations where you may cheat. Your attachment style, the way you relate to other people, may also influence cheating. People with an insecure attachment style often feel a lack of love from their partner and have low self esteem. You might seek validation by having an affair. No matter what type of personality you have, you can still have a successful monogamous relationship if that's what you truly want. Again, if that's what you truly want. The first step is being honest and understanding yourself better. I don't. How to deal with a cheater. 7 things to note if you have a cheating partner. Being cheated on. Anybody? Anybody? Private chat. Please private chat me for the link. Private chat, please come to the private chat. Being cheated on is not an easy thing to handle. Learning how to deal with a partner can help you regain control of your life and help you decide how you want to proceed. While keying the cheater's car may seem like a cathartic reaction, this is not going to help you move, nor will it make you feel any better in the long run. The adverse emotional and mental side effects of being cheated on can stay with you for a lifetime. Being cheated on stirs up insecurities, low self esteem, distrust, inability to open up, give you feelings of worthlessness, and last but not least, makes you question your qualities and physical appearance. Dealing with a cheater is emotionally devastating and can change your personality for years to come. Here's how to deal with a cheater. Number one, take time for yourself. Even if you've decided to stay with your cheating partner and work on your relationship, it's still essential to take time for yourself. It will allow you to decompress. It will allow you to collect your thoughts and grieve the situation. If you have chosen to stay together and deal with the cheater, taking time alone may help you reconsider whether you're staying in the relationship because you can become better, stronger partners with one another, or if you're simply staying out of sadness or because the relationship has been comfortable. At a meeting also. Gather evidence. Is your partner cheating in the relationship but you haven't confronted them yet? Meeting at a topic also. Is your partner cheating in the relationship but you haven't confronted them yet? It's time you look for ways on how to confront a cheater. Now is your time to collect any evidence you may need during your confrontation. This means taking screen captures of text messages, photos, conversation, and social media interactions you may have stumbled across between the guilty parties. This will allow you to immediately deal with the cheater by putting a stop to your partner's lies, should they choose to deny involvement with their secret lover. Okay, everybody. Hmm. Yeah. Anyway, oh, we got two comments. Let me see. Yeah, Shikur Rahman Chaudhry. The link has been given. You can join. Number three, get tested. If your partner has lied to you about being with one partner, who's to say they haven't been with dozens without your knowledge? Getting tested for sexually transmitted infections is essential after you've been cheated on. Go to your doctor and ask to be tested. Free clinics and sexual health centers offer tests for STDs, HIV, and hepatitis. You must protect yourself, even if your partner claims they were safe during the infidelity. Their definition of safe sex may differ highly from yours. If you have chosen to deal with the cheater by staying with a partner that is cheating wife or husband, ask them to get tested as well as well so that you can resume your sexual relationship without worry. Confront your partner. Confront your partner about their infidelity. This will allow them the opportunity to plead their case with you and for you to be perfectly clear about your feelings. Your feelings of betrayal, anger, humiliation, and hurt should be clear. This is also an opportunity to let them know if you plan on ending the relationship. It goes without saying that if you decide to work on your relationship together, your cheating girlfriend or boyfriend must end the affair. Don't blame yourself. The reason cheaters decide to take the unfaithful way and indulge in affairs may have very little, if nothing, to do with you. Cheating in the relationship is a selfish act in which a person is thinking solely of themselves. However, many still find understanding the why as an essential part of the grieving process. Try your best not to blame yourself for the act. Often, cheating is the response to something going wrong in the relationship. It is encouraged that partners sit down and have an honest conversation about what needs are missing. If your unfaithful partner was depressed, they should have told you up front. Consequently, they should end the relationship before sleeping with someone new. Don't put a time limit on pain. Decide what you want from your relationship. Okay, here. Decide what you want from your relationship. If you have decided to deal with a cheater, give yourself some time to honestly think about the benefits and detriments of staying in the relationship, no matter which direction you're swaying. You need to be completely honest with yourself about your wants and needs in the relationship from this point on. When considering whether to stay in a relationship with someone who has cheated on you, ask yourself these Questions. Can I truly forgive my unfaithful partner? If you choose to stay in your relationship, can you truly forgive your cheating partner? Your relationship will never be successful if you cannot forgive the act itself. After your grieving process, continually bringing up the indiscretion and question, can a cheater change, will only serve to damage and hurt both parties. Can I ever trust my partner again? Once a cheater, always a cheater. So once trust is lost, it is seemingly difficult to get it back. Your cheating husband or wife will need to work 24/7 to win your trust again. They must attempt to quash all the cheaters' behavior patterns and be fully transparent with their whereabouts and interactions until you feel comfortable and secure in your relationship once more. Will we seek counseling if we stay together? Check for serial cheater signs. Forgiveness is a difficult road, but it can be done. This road makes it easier for couples by attending couples counseling and opening about what each party loves and lacks in their current relationship. How will my family slash children be affected by your decision to stay together slash breakup? Bringing children into a relationship creates a whole new plethora of considerations. How will a breakup affect them? How will you strive to maintain parental stability for your children during this challenging time? When the question is how to deal with a cheater, there are many characteristics of a cheating woman or man or cheating signs to consider when contemplating staying or leaving. There are unpleasant emotional ramifications for both options. Some choose to stay and try to strengthen their relationships. Others choose to leave and pursue romantic relations with someone who will respect their trust and loyalty. Yeah, yeah, nothing here. Anyway, I'm gonna share screen. We're gonna watch a TED talk. The TED talk is about couples going through a couple through the couples dealing with cheating, unfaithfulness, and betrayal through real examples. Okay, ready? Screen share. Okay, share screen. Share. All right, here we go. Let's watch this. Okay. Let's see the connection. Let's see. Yeah, connection's good. What happened? Something's up with the connection today. Let's see. So anyway, 15 minutes to go. What I'm going to show you right now is, oh yeah, we're screen sharing. hmm Let's see. Let's see. Whatever happened to the connection? Something's really up with the connection. Anyway, like I said men and women cheat differently. So let's all check it out. Here we are. Hold on. Here we go. Let's read this one. Right. So let's all check it together. Do women cheat differently than men? Let's decide the answer. The question of whether women cheat more or differently than men always stands an unhappy couple that no longer feels content with their partner might look to cheat to fulfill their needs and wants with other people. In the process, some men and women are very clever with their cheating tactics so that they don't get caught. However, it's considered that women have a different way and outlook for cheating. Let's decode this. What do studies suggest? Many pieces of research suggest that women tend to cheat when they find a healthier, better option than their husband. They look for selected opportunities where they can have a good time and be away from the stress of their current marriage. Whereas tend to look at opportunities on a wider level. They try to find compatibility in more people. Women have different ways of cheating. Remember, I said this in the beginning. But anyway, let me see any comments. Any comments? Nah. Comments? Oh, sorry, there was a copyright issue. Sorry about that. But everybody, you check that link again. You saw the webpage, just check that link. It was there. Next time, I won't watch the whole video. We'll just watch it partially. Okay, let's see. They're very discreet on how they cheat. They have a deeper understanding of their husband's behavior, which, excuse me, makes it easier to match their infidelity. They're also known to better control their husband's mood according to their convenience, which makes them easier to indulge in affairs. Reasons why women indulge in infidelity. Some women have very low self esteem, and so they look to find validation outside of their relationship. Some women cheat out of spite or anger, or when they are dissatisfied with the relationship. Loneliness and emotional abandonment are some of the other reasons why women generally cheat. While these are similar to men, women usually tend to feel these on a higher tone. Sexual deprivation. Sexual deprivation is one of the major reasons why couples tend to cheat. When they no longer feel that their sexual needs are being met at all, they turn to cheat. Men generally look at any opportunities they find, but women take their time looking for a person who's more refined to their taste. Sometimes women relate more with the people who cross their path, and this provides them with another opportunity to indulge in cheating. Okay, so we've done this one. Let's check another one. We have, I believe we have almost, or how many minutes we have? Let me see. Just, yeah, we're back. Checking the web page so it can be shared. Oh, we got a copyright issue. So, yeah, almost 10 minutes. Oh, 47. We have 13 minutes. Okay, let's all read another article. Do men and women cheat differently? Women who cheat are far more likely to cheat with one person and to fall in love or become emotionally involved with their affair partner. Men tend to report a desire to satisfy sexual desire. These are going to cheat on each other for different reasons. Women cheats around depends largely on their sex, studies suggest. Men cheat simply because the opportunity presents itself, even when they perceive their lovers as inferior to their wives. Women, on the other hand, tend to cheat up, replacing their spouses selectively with superior lovers. Some research suggests that women are more likely to cheat when they don't feel appreciated, loved, or understood. Again, when they don't feel appreciated, loved, or understood. Says Tim Cole, PhD, a professor of communication at DePaul University and author of Broken Trust: Overcoming an Intimate Betrayal. Studies suggest that men make fewer such calculations. Men might be a little more opportunistic on average, he says. From an evolutionary standpoint, infidelity makes sense. We romanticize the idea of marriage and finding that one person and tend to have a very negative view of infidelity. But the underlying reasons for cheating have never really changed. Cole says most animal species are non monogamous because they're playing the odds. He adds, and it's not an evolutionary wise decision to put all of your eggs or whatever genetic material you may have in one basket. The best analogy would be investing all your retirement funds in one stock, he says. biology of infidelity may shed light on why men and women appear to cheat differently, since most male animals are able to reproduce with an unlimited amount of partners, and after only minutes of work, it's in their best evolutionary interest to be more or less indiscriminate about why they impregnate. Female animals, on the other hand, are more limited to their reproductive capacities, and the survival of their occasional offspring depends on mating with only one of the healthiest males. So it makes some sense that males would cheat whenever the opportunity presents itself, while females would cheat only as a way of investing in healthier or otherwise more eligible mate. Indeed, men and women cheat along those same biological lines. But biology is only one piece of the infidelity puzzle when it comes to humans who have deep social and romantic reasons not to betray their spouses. Cole says that. In many ways, cheating is less about gender and more about the couple's feelings for one another. The best way to look at infidelity isn't male versus female, but it's really to look at the relationship, he says. Individuals with insecure, anxious, and dismissive attachment styles, with the low levels of conscientiousness and high levels of opportunity, are the most likely to cheat. Focusing on your partner's sex isn't as important as these other factors. Let's read that again. Individuals with insecure, anxious, and dismissive attachment styles, with low levels of conscientiousness and high levels of opportunity, are the most likely to cheat. Interestingly, less is known about the difference between parents' propensity to cheat compared to people without kids. Cole, who could not recall any research that has addressed this specifically, speculates that the stressors of parenthood could compel cheating, but there's a lot more pressure to stay together as well, he says. This at least should apply equally to both men and women. It's not like men and women are separate species, they're more alike than they're different. Okay, this is the last one I'm looking at. How many minutes we got? Okay, we got. All right, last 8 minutes. Okay, 8 minutes. Due to the inconvenience, there are differences between men and women who cheat. Based on behavior and science, there are lots of different reasons why men and women cheat. Someone is looking for love while one looks for lust. People who cheat, it's such a polarizing topic, even in the year. Okay, let's go. Bigger question remains though. Are there differences between men and women who cheat? There just has to be. We don't want to generalize or devise the genders by any means. Too much ads. Someone's, let me close the ads. Let me close the ad. I'm closing the ad. There, close the ad. There just has to be. We don't want to generalize or devise the genders here by any means. But there has to be scientific and behavioral proof to back up that men and women cheat very differently. After all, it's common knowledge how men and women view sex can vastly differ at times. So there has to be some common thread. If women cheat, there's an emotional connection. As it turns out, a lot of what we've put together, sharing notes with our girlfriends over the year, is actually true. Most women are almost always after a strong emotional connection over anything overtly physical. Psychology Today reports that when women are the ones who cheat on their long-term partner. A sense of relational intimacy is often more important to them than any of the sexual benefits that might come out of an extramarital affair. CT, Psychology Today, also stated that most women tend not to cheat if they feel a real sense of happiness and emotional security within their long term relationship. So it's looking for that intimate connection that may be the thing to turn a woman's head if she finds her marriage severely lacking in that arena. But as stated, if a woman is happy and feels in tune with their partner, they are unlikely to cheat in the first place. A good portion of men who cheat think they're in good marriages. It's definitely an interesting notion to explore. If someone feels as though and they're in a secure and happy marriage, then they would even consider the prospect of cheating on their partner. As it turns out, according to Huffington Post, a lot of men who step out on their marriage, over 50%, actually have claimed that before their affair, they thought their marriage wasn't bad or was even good. Shocking. So this does raise the question as to why a lot of men end up cheating in the first place if they feel as though they're in good marriages. Perhaps it has something to do with opportunity. If a new romantic prospect arises and they're given the chance to take the plunge, they do it. Or perhaps it looks at the notion that a lot of men seem to have that disconnect when it comes to sexuality. Sometimes sex is simply that, just sex. HuffPost also noted that a lot of women tend to take a more forgiving stance when it comes to cheating as well, which could show men's more casual feelings towards infidelity. Some women cheat during their most reproductive years. Whoa, let me see any comments, questions. Okay, we got 4 minutes to go. Okay, let's do waste these 4 minutes. Come on, let's make it vital. Some women cheat during the most reproductive years. One thing you might not have really thought about is that the actual science behind why people cheat, how stuff works, actually spoke of a study that was published that discovered women cheat to be unfaithful at the most fertile part of their menstrual cycle, even if they don't have hopes of getting pregnant. This study also found that women cheat with the intention to be, by and large, better looking than their own partners. So that plays the very notion of whether they're even aware of it. During their reproductive years, women could very well possess this ancient instinct that good genes are synonymous with good looks, or they're out there looking for the ideal mate for procreating unconsciously. One might think that since most women are all about emotional connection and intimacy, this wouldn't come into play, but it really opens up the idea that for some women, the very science behind their reproduction and what's happening inside their hormones could very well play a big role in their infidelity. Okay, we got 3 minutes to go. Okay. Okay, so you see this YouTube video, you can check it out. How women cheat differently according to men by being independent. Hmm. Author Michelle Biswanger explained to the how she believed the way society has conditioned women, has affected our views on monogamy. Society tells us that cheating is bad and seems to be frowned upon for women. For an awfully long time, women were told not to express our sexual desires or talk openly about it. This led to conformity of cheating for women. Okay, this book is currently available in German. In the book, Vince Vanga tells the stories of various modern women who've cheated on their partners, stories we don't often hear. Studies suggest that men do cheat more than women. Some figures state that 70 to 80% will cheat on a partner at some point in their life. But do women cheat less than men because it's actually part of their nature, or is it social conditioning? Biswanger believes it's the latter. Women are known to be more sensitive to social pressure than men, and there has always been more pressure on proper sexual behavior on women. Also, they traditionally had fewer opportunities because they were more likely to stay at home with the kids. Let's see how much time we have left. All right, we've got 1 more minute to left. 1 more minute left. Sorry, my bad. So I'll just give a few things. Okay, I'll end it shortly. You can check this link. After all, if you're not getting out and meeting potential partners for a torrid love affair, there's less chance of you are having one. But this has changed a lot over the past few decades as women's liberation has changed female attitudes to our own sexuality. Today, women have higher expectations about their sex life than 40 years ago. They want to experiment and are generally more independent. Vince Vonger points out, adding that technology has given both men and women more opportunities than before. But smartphones and social media have also blurred the lines as to what constitutes cheating. If you slip into someone's DM on Twitter and exchange a few cheeky messages, is it cheating? Is it a heart eye emoji comment on an Instagram post allowed? What if it's a topless snap? Psychologists say that whilst women are more bothered by emotional affairs, it's physical cheating that concerns men more. This may explain why men and women tend to cheat for different reasons too. All right, so I'm going to have to wrap it up. Time's up. 1 hour is gone. Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. The connection snapped, and yeah, sorry for the copyright issue. So we'll try to spend less time on that video. We'll not more than a few minutes. So it's been a pleasure. Let me stop sharing. Stop screen. Okay, stop screen. It's been a pleasure with you all, viewers and listeners, for this Adnan Hour. Join me on Thursday, next Thursday. Until then, same time, same channel. Good night, or good morning, or good day to all of you, whichever part of the world you live in.